Can I get 30K? I mean, he ain't put his hands on me, but can I get 30K? I won't cover him no more on my channel if he gives me 30K. Listen, I'll be a sellout. I need $30,000. Okay? That'll pay for the stuff we're getting ready to do under my house. I'll take 30 grand. Shoot. Ain't nothing but a thing for me. Yes, we have to talk about Diddy. All right. So first, on XXL, they're like, Diddy will sit in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center known for barbaric conditions until trial. Aw, I feel so bad for Diddy. Oh my gosh. No way. So Diddy will be housed in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center until this trial. The jail is known for its barbaric conditions. Aw, so sad. September 17th, that's when they reported where he will be put in there to stay. Where other famous inmates have resided, including R. Kelly and Fetty Wap. Puff was shipped off to MDC after he was denied bail on Tuesday, which, by the way, he was denied a second time. They tried to go in and get bail for him a second time, and the judge was like, nah, he gonna have to sit there, nah. Following his indictment of charges of racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The judge believed Puffy could tamper with witnesses if let out of jail. The jail reportedly stopped accepting inmates in early September due to rampant criticism of its facility. Federal court judge Gary Brown threatened to vacate the 9-month sentence of a 75-year-old convict if he had been sent to MDC, and it was instead sent to Massachusetts Medical Facility to serve his time. In his ruling, Judge Brown cited detailed episodes of violence that occurred at the jail, including 2 murders and a stabbing attack that lasted 37 seconds without intervention from jail staffers. So basically, this place is rough. This place it has a reputation of being a very rough facility. Here's the problem with him sitting in that jail. They are basically worried about the inmates may actually do something really bad to him for clout, basically, for some kind of cred. You know, I'm the one that got Diddy. Well, you know what I say? Throw his ass in solitary confinement. Keep him in solitary confinement until his sentence. Boom. There you go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay. This one pisses me off. Diddy's attorney, this is by XXL again. Diddy's attorney resorts to victim blaming by claiming Cassie cheated on Diddy with her now husband. What the hell does that have to do with everything Cassie laid out on what Diddy did to her? What has that got to do with her allegations? What does her cheating have to do with how he acted in that video in the hotel? Excuse me? Bruh? What? Somehow this hotel footage found its way out. The lawyer said, according to Inner City Press. I wonder how that happened. We didn't have it. The government had it. It got out on a day Donald Trump didn't have any court proceedings. Mr. Combs saw it and issued an apology. He wanted to do it. 2 people were in a hotel room and issued that Mr. Combs had more than one girlfriend. Okay. He continued by saying Cassie allegedly grew upset over looking through Diddy's phone. Victim 1 was looking through his phone and saw that, then hit him in the head with a cell phone and took his clothing. So he comes out in a towel. These 2 people were in love. Victim 1 ended up marrying the trainer that Mr. Combs got for her. They had been cheating on each other for years, But now she has 2 kids with a trainer. Years later, she realized she had a good thing with Mr. Combs. If she had a good thing with Mr. Combs, then her lawsuit would not have looked the way it did. And the sad thing is all these other people speaking out, seeing the things that Diddy allegedly did to her, and they're basically backing it up. I don't think it makes it look like she had a good thing with Diddy. What? And Neon, you bring up a really good point. If her lawsuit was wrong, he would not have paid out. Do y'all realize when she put out that lawsuit, within 24 hours, the ink wasn't even dry, she got paid out. She was asking for $30 million. We don't know how much of that she got. We don't know. Okay? We do not know how much of that she got. But within 24 hours, he paid her out. Why would you do that if it wasn't true? The ink wasn't even dry yet. Why would you have paid out if it wasn't true? Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This is DJ Vlad. And he did a interview with a gentleman named Roger Bonds. Diddy attacked his female personal chef, threw her out like the Fresh Prince. All right, and it's a short video. It's only 5 minutes. But I wanted to see this because remember how I was talking about, I wonder if the staff got treated like how other people are saying they got treated.
That year, there was an incident in a New York City nightclub where I guess a guy walked up and tried to talk to Cassie.
Right.
And Puffy got upset.
Right.
What happened?
He smacked the guy.
Okay.
And we was outside the club, and then they came rushing him out. And I was like, yo, what happened? He was like, yo, man, he just smacked you. Da, da, da.
See, that's not the first time you hear... Listen, there are so many instances that you hear about Diddy flying off the handle and putting his hands on somebody. Man or woman. Man or woman, you hear about instances with Diddy putting his hands on somebody.
We got to the house. By the time we got to the house, we was there for about a half an hour. And then he got the phone call that the guy would not press charges if he brought him down $30,000. So we went in the safe, got the $30,000, and they went and took it down to the guy. And you never heard nothing else about it again.
Damn, can I get 30K? I mean, he ain't put his hands on me, but can I get 30K? I won't cover him no more on my channel if he gives me 30K. Listen, I'll be a sellout. I need $30,000. Okay? That'll pay for the stuff we're getting ready to do under my house. I'll take 30 grand. Shoot. Ain't nothing but a thing for me.
Okay, and that same year, another situation happened with Diddy's personal chef.
Right, Jordan.
Jordan Chiton?
Chiton, yeah, Jordan
Okay,
Chiton.
how long has she been Diddy's chef at that point?
She had been Diddy's chef altogether. I would say Jordan stayed there about 3 years.
I couldn't imagine working for Diddy. I couldn't imagine what his what do they call house workers, the people who work at his house, like maids, butlers, chefs and stuff like that, house staff or like the staff. I can't imagine. Matter of fact, it's staff. All right, maybe not just the people who work in the house, but I can imagine being part of Diddy's staff and the shit that they saw. I could not imagine being part of his staff. I don't know if I could have done it.
And this happened around almost on her way out the door. So she had been a chef for about 2 years at that particular time. Okay.
And from what you heard and saw, what happened?
From what I heard specifically from her, you know what I'm saying? He put his hands on her. She said that he was very upset at her because she wouldn't let the cleaners inside the Alpine house. Puff used to live in Alpine, New Jersey. And she was there, and she was looking out for the twins. Even though Kim had nannies, she trusted Jordan just to, be her eyes and ears. Let me know, make sure that they treating her a certain way, make sure the kids is good. So it was a time that the house was really...
Okay, so we're hearing this secondhand. And now we know that Jordan, or Jordan, how they were saying her name, she was close enough to Kim where Kim was like, Kim Porter being the twins' mother. She's now passed away. She was close enough to Jordan that she trusted Jordan with her kids.
Messy. And they had sent over some from the office. The office controls everything. So they sent over some people to clean the office. She never seen it because she was used to Mexican people coming over to clean the house. So when some black people came there, she wasn't sure if she should let them in or not. So
shout out to the Mexican brothers and sisters out there. Just saying.
She didn't let them in. So then the nanny came over and asked her to make some coffee. And she said she didn't know how to make the coffee. And then she said out of nowhere, Puff just stormed into the kitchen and was complaining about her, talking about her, got in her face, put his hand on her forehead and started pushing it back. And if you know Jordan, you know that Jordan ain't gonna let a man just put her hands on her. So she said, don't put your hands on me. One thing led to another. And with all his might, he pushed her out, flung her out the door. And
Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait a minute. So she worked for Puffy for like 3 years, and at that point, it was 2 years into her working there. That means after that, she still worked for Puff for a year. Oh my God. Ugh.
She fell on her ass and she fell on her knees. And that was the last time I seen Jordan. And I actually didn't even know. Everybody was talking about it the next day. But I was like, for real? She just quit out of nowhere? So I never really knew why she quit.
Oh, okay, so she quit after that. Okay, good. Okay, good. Because I was like, wait a minute, because he had said she was 2 years in at that point, but she had been with Puffy for 3 years. Maybe he misspoke, or maybe he was talking about he met her when she was 2 years in. Okay.
Quit. But with everything that's going on with Cassie, she reached out to me, and she said it's really, really, really bothering her. Like, it brought back all the trauma and everything that she went through with Diddy, who was always screaming at her, yelling at her. And the fact that he put his hands on her, that it was kind of driving her right now.
Yeah, I mean, the story I heard was he threw her out like on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
You know, the way Jazz would get thrown out the front door, it was like that, I heard.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm glad she left. She absolutely should have left. There's no damn way. I want to know who saw that happening. She had been working for him for 2 years. So, okay, Craig. So what probably happened is he probably misspoke about the 3 years thing. He probably misspoke about that. Okay.
Yeah. But if you know Puff, when it comes to women and it comes to his workers, that's not the first time. You know what I'm saying? His exact words to me one time said, watch me make her cry.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Watch me make her cry. Not even her Pacific. He had another chef who he had made cry. And I remember, I think her name was Danielle. And she cried and she told me, she said, I'm going to call my father, Bonds. And she was getting ready to call her father to come talk to Puff. And I said, don't call your pops. I said, get yourself together. He didn't put his hands on her. He just was screaming at her. And I said, just get yourself together and think about it.
When you hear these stories about Puff coming out, and it doesn't really matter who you hear it from, the underlining issue with every single story you hear about Puff is power. It's all about power with this man. It's a sickness. This man sounds to be, according to everybody who's been around him that is talking, that it's all about, you know what? You know how people will virtue signal a power imbalance when they're arguing about like relationships or whatever? Okay? If half of these stories are true about P. Diddy, that is what a power imbalance used in the absolute worst way really looks like. That's a true, hardcore, nasty power imbalance. That is horrible. I mean, all these stories coming out about him. I'm like, bro, y'all let him get away with this for how long? How long y'all let him get away with this? And I don't even know who to blame. I honestly, I don't know who to blame on letting Diddy get away with this because so many people saw this shit. Yeah, oh my God, Forky. And a complete lack of empathy. Empathy wasn't even present. There was absolutely no empathy whatsoever according to these stories that we're hearing. It's sick. Oh my God.
And she had the day off. You know what I'm saying? She went and got herself together. And then the next day she came back, but she didn't stay for long. You know, it was like she had to get herself together and get a new job, and she left. But he specifically told me, yo, watch me make her cry. He got off on that.
So he liked to hurt women in a way?
I don't know what was wrong with Puff.
You know what? I kind of feel like with all the stories that I'm hearing about Puff, I don't know if necessarily if it had anything to do with hurting women, like women in general. It kind of sounds like, again, allegedly, according to these stories, it's people. He liked hurting people. He liked exerting his power on people in general. It's horrible. Yeah, sadistic. Yes. Yeah, again. You know, according to everything that we're hearing, everything that we're reading, I don't think it was necessarily towards women. I think it was towards people. Just people in general. Because he did these things towards men too.
I think it was his power. He felt like if women bowed down to him, it would show his power.
Crazy. So that's that on that one.